What up, guys? Jumping right into it here. I'm on my way to work. Man, wanted to talk today about, I think J-Chip is the one that put it in the stream yesterday. I was streaming some Alien Trilogy last night, and I can't tell you, so I've beaten a lot of games in my, YouTube time. I don't know, it's anywhere from 300 to 500 games or something like that. My playthroughs, it's something like that. And that's not even all of them, judging what I've played offline and things like that. So I've played a lot of freaking games. And so what's happening to me is I've played a lot of the really good games. And the top ones are pretty much taken care of. I already got through them. Especially when you're talking about the retro consoles like PS1 and Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES, etc., So what's happening along my journey here is you're getting to these games that you're like, ooh, there was an Alien game on PS1? Wow, okay, well, that's what's up. Or, oh, wow, there's a RoboCop game on the Xbox? Wow, that's what's up. Games that they don't get talked about very much, and you're not really sure why, because it looks like, when you look up gameplay and the title of it and the idea of it, you think, man, this should be pretty freaking good. This could be fucking awesome. Probably like they were thinking back in the day. But then you start realizing there's a reason why they're not talked about. There's a reason why people aren't streaming it, and talking about it, putting it in top 10s, and doing this and that. Is there's some flaws. There's some flaws. And I'm not going to sit here and say Alien Trilogy is a really bad game or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. But boy, oh boy, it could have been a lot better, though. We're almost all the way through it. We've got to be really close. We're deep in the fucking layer. We're in the third Alien. The Alien Trilogy. We're about done. So I don't know how many levels I have left, but yesterday I had to finally quit. I was trying to get through it yesterday, but I finally had to go, alright, yup, I'm not playing this anymore right now, dude. Glitchy fucking mess. Every time you fall into one of these little, something where you go down, you can't go back up. You can't jump in the game, you can't duck in the game. For some reason, that's not in the game. I don't know why. In the first Medal of Honor and stuff, you can do that stuff. I don't understand why you can't do it in Alien Trilogy. It must just be kind of bad game development. They just didn't implement that for some reason. It would have been extremely helpful. So when you're falling down in these little areas, you kind of slip down them, and then there's obviously a ramp to go up. Obviously. It's there, man. The person making the level made the ramp for a fucking reason, man. To walk up it, right? Well, it doesn't work ever. The ramps never work. You're sitting there glitching, and your screen's jumping up and down and stuff. It doesn't fucking work. And you're wondering, how the fuck did they not catch that? How did they not see that? And it's more than one level, dude. It's been 3 or 4 levels now. So it's an obvious problem if you were to honestly test it. So it tells me they probably didn't test it. They probably didn't. Which is unbelievable. So I wanted to make sure J-Chip was calling it quality control. Just like you'd have at a job or something like that. And as silly as it may sound to compare it to a big factory or something like that. Hey man, when you're a game developer, there's still all the same things. They go into work every day, and there's quality. There's probably a quality part of the team, something that they assess something to make sure it's quality stuff. Testing's part of quality, stuff like that. They have different brackets, and we're past the times of NES where 5 people made the fucking game. By this time we had a decent amount of people. I bet the credits roll and there's a decent amount of people who made the game. And it just makes you think, man, what? It's like when I'm at work. What's the number one thing that you always preach when you're at work and you're going to start your day or you're implementing something is safety. That's always number one. Always. Well, I would think that when you're a game developer, the number one thing is probably fun. Is it fun? That's the whole point of the game. So when they do these things that make it not fun, you have to restart the fucking level. How about levels where you don't know where the fuck you're going? You know, like there's a hidden wall somewhere. Yeah, you know, it's really fun to be playing a first-person shooter, and I just gotta walk up against every wall and hit the action button, hoping that a secret door is there, and that's how I get out of the level. That's really fun, dude. I cannot wait to get home and fucking hug the walls and play that game, man. I can't wait. You know, it's like, who the fuck is looking at this stuff and going, it's probably not a good idea. How about we just cut that wall and just put the elevator right there to where the end of the level's right there? If you want to have secret rooms to go find extra guns, extra body armor, extra health, maybe there's some other items in the game, sure, absolutely, awesome. But dude, to just beat the level, come on. What the fuck were you thinking? Like, the developers are stupid as fuck, dude. Like, I think developers make games, they don't play games. You know what I mean? They know what to make and they know how to make it look cool, put cool music on, have maybe a cool story, make cool characters, but do they actually, like, play the game? Do you play your game and go, okay, this is fun? Getting stuck in a hole and not being able to walk up a ramp and having to restart the level is not fun. It's not fun, man. Fix it. It's not fun. Why did you release that? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, it's just, there's no excuse for that. And the more I play these types of games, I'll say like B or C rank games, man, the more I come past this stuff and you go, well, this is why. You know, this is why. So was it just developers screwing up? Or was it just, they suck, dude. They suck bad. And Alien Trilogy's Acclaim. It's not a small company. It's not this tiny, it's Fox Interactive and Acclaim. I mean, that is not a small company, bro. They made a lot of games. It's a lot of stuff there. It's not like it's this little indie company or something. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's really bad. It's frustrating. You know, it's like, Jay Chip had asked me, what do I give Alien? And I said, well, right now early in the game, I said, I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 because I am having fun with it, but let me give it some more time. And this is why I say that. Because sometimes you gotta play through a whole game to see the bullshit, because the bullshit starts somewhere. It's like they stopped caring at a certain point of the game. They make sure to make the first 6, 7, 8 levels good, so it gets past all the reviewers, and they make it look good, sound good, and everything, so that it'll get a better score, but then later it tampers off and it's a piece of shit. You know, it's like, because now to me it's a 6, and if it keeps going, it's a 5. If I have another level, dude, where it is glitching, 5. I mean, at this point, I want it to be done. You know, it takes away the fun of it, man. It takes away the fun of it. There was a level where you go down in this acid, right? You have to go down in the acid lake, I'll call it, and the little river. And what you had to do is you had to hit the switch, which I figured you had to do, but then you had to hurry up and you had to get over to this before this wall closed, because it was the door to leave. It was the door to get behind everything and kill all these aliens that you're hunting. And it's fine, but if you don't make it in time, then you're just in the river and you just die. You can run around for no fucking reason and you just die. It's like, why? Why? And there's no checkpoints, no nothing. Nope, here's, go back to the beginning. So you might as well just restart if you don't make it. It's like, why? Why? Why'd you make it like that? It's just, if you could save it, or there's a checkpoint, then okay. But like, you're making it to the point where I gotta play for another 15 minutes to get back to where I was at. Like, I think we were past that time in gaming. You might say, well, NES, Dan, NES does that all the time. NES games were like an hour long, guys. So when you had to restart and go back to the beginning when you got game over, that was by design. They did it on purpose, and it was smart. Because they didn't want you to pick up and beat the game the first time you played it. They didn't want you to go out and rent the game and just beat the shit out of it, and never buy a fucking video game again. That's why. They didn't want your mom or dad to buy you a fucking game. You beat it in fucking 30 minutes, and your mom just spent basically equivalent nowadays to $100 on it. They spent $50 on it back in the day. That's why they did it. That's why it's there. Ninja Gaiden throwing you back to the beginning is by design. It's supposed to be that way, so that it's hard to beat, so that you put the hours in, you get your money's worth. That's why. Because if you could just get through it and there was checkpoints everywhere, sure, it's fun, but once you beat it, you're never going to play it again, and you're going to beat it very quickly. They didn't want that. These games like Alien, I mean, dude, they're longer games, unless you just know where you're going. I know the playthrough, before I bought the game, I looked to see how long the playthrough was, and it's like, there's a guy that did it in like 2 hours, 30 minutes. There's a guy that did it in like 4 hours. But your first time through, you're not going to beat it that quick. There's no way. I've been playing for probably 6 to 8 hours. So that's what I've learned is you always take whatever the long play or playthrough says and kind of double it your first time through. Because those guys that are doing the long play and they're turning it to World of Long Plays and stuff, you know, they know what they're doing. In the second playthrough, yes, you go, oh, yep, remember this level. Yep, got to go here, got to go do this, got to do this. And you understand the game mechanics, you understand what to do, you know right where to go, you know what level you're on. It's different, you know. Your first playthrough is going to take you a lot longer, you know. So, anyway, that was just something I wanted to say, is lack of quality control. And I see it so much with these, like, B or C ranked games, and I guess that's why they're B or C ranked. But it's just... it's frustrating because they could have had such a better game if they would have just fixed the dumb shit. And what it comes down to a lot of times is all you had to ask yourself is you had to sit down and play the game and go, is this fun? And I guarantee you people would have been like, it is, it has the potential to be really good, but man, this and this and this is really annoying. If you would just fix those things, it'd be great. You'd have a fucking 9 out of 10 game, dude. You know, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy that they go and fuck up like that. So anyway, I gotta get into work. It's Friday, trying to get done here. And gonna play some Mario Wonder this weekend with little Nathan. Let's go. I'm gonna do it.